Poor people with poor people mindset. Welcome to jobferno. I'm 𝐸𝐵𝐸, and today we're going to talk about a person on Reddit who posted that their parents are mad that they don't have a real job with real benefits. Now, a lot of times when we work as people, we oftentimes think that real jobs with real benefits are things where you sit in an office building, where you have a job where it's 9 to 5. It's clean, it's easy, it's understandable. It's what poor people do. Yes, it's what poor people do. They take these jobs and they work them and they say, with this job, I shall become rich. Richer than you could ever imagine. Now, of course, we all know. Now, when we do that, we know we're only really setting ourselves up for graduation. And not graduation of high school, not graduation of college, but adult graduation. Yes, adult graduation. Adult graduation is when you hit retirement. And so we have this article written from Then Perception 9409. They say, parents and peers are worried because I don't have a real job with benefits. Thoughts? I'm currently 19, turning 20 in 5 days. I'm currently working for my grandma's company as a farm ranch hand. It's pretty good money and it's good experience. I also have an online business centered around helping blue-collar men improve their fitness. I can't predict the future, but I'm pretty sure the farm job is temporary. So let's just unpack this for a little bit. We have a person who is working hard and doing what they can, helping their grandma with the business and getting paid as a farmhand. Now, I'm not really sure exactly what that's going to mean as a farmhand because it's different for every farm. But in a lot of farms, that can mean things like driving tractors. That can mean things like cutting trees, mowing the lawn, doing things that generally occur on a farm. But we have somebody who is 19 or 20 years old, about to turn 20, and they sound like they're having a pretty good time actually working on a farm. To make things even more interesting, they have a side hustle. They have an online business center helping blue-collar men improve their fitness. Okay, well, good luck to you, I suppose. But what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Well, I'll tell you what's wrong with that. The problem with that is that you're doing the wrong thing. What you're doing is wrong. See, poor people have decided that the only way to succeed, to get to where they were at, is to do the exact same thing that they did. If you do the same thing they did, you too will get this far in life. And they know one thing and one thing only, and that is to get this far in life, you need to do the same thing. Now, I know I just said the same thing over and over and over again. Hopefully, you get the point. The point is, they don't want you to do anything different. And welcome to this generation. Welcome to the first generation that's heard all the crap about college. The first generation that's been told, do not go to college. Do not waste your life. Use yourself, your strength, your mind, and do something productive. You have the internet. You have all these resources. Anything you would ever want to know is most likely on YouTube somewhere, to be honest with you. But that's not, before a lot of people, that's not good enough. That's not good. That's not a good response. That's not what you should be doing. And so this person is looking for thoughts. And after reading the responses, I think it's pretty well spot on, actually. They say, screw those people. Screw them. Forget about it. It's not their problem. And I'll tell you, if this person works as a farmhand, they're going to be able to work as a farmhand even if they're not working for grandma. They're going to find a farmhand job with somebody else. Because the skills this person is learning working on the farm is transferable to another position on a different farm. How about that? And this is the way of the future of America. This is just the first generation that is turning away from colleges. It's just a first generation of people who know that a side hustle is way more potentially powerful than any job they could ever get working a normal job with somebody else. Because making money and building purpose in life and building joy in life is not centered around going to college. It's not centered around having a real job. It's centered around love and happiness and purpose and joy. Real life is about being a human. Real life is about not being controlled by the universities. So let's just do an experiment to play this out a little bit. Let's just do a little mind experiment. This person is 20 years old, and let's just say they're making, I don't know, $40,000 a year. Let's just say for the next 3 years, they're making $40,000 a year. Over the next 3 years, they get a little side hustle going, or maybe they make $10,000 a year. Let's just pretend. Over that 3-year period, this person will have the experience they need to maybe start a different business, to maybe start a different endeavor, or maybe they'll have done really well helping blue-collar men get fit, and they'll make lots of money. And along the way, they'll have learned a lot of skills that have to do with starting a business, with growing a business, with social media. They probably do a lot of marketing, social media marketing. They've lived a digital life, and it's hard. It's hard because it's hard when you sit and you watch somebody do something different than what you've done. It's the unknown. You're not really sure what's going to happen to them. But this issue isn't about a real job. This issue isn't about whether they're worried about this person or not. That's not what the real issue is. See, this is a cultural issue. This is a revolution that is happening in the United States. This is a revolution to turn over the masters who have told us for years, you got to go to college to succeed. And the industries that placate, the industries that have accepted the terms and have given up on the idea that a person could stand up on their own and that the person could grow themselves and the person could be in control of their own life. No, this isn't an issue about being poor. This isn't an issue about jobs or benefits or really in question of anything that has to do with the work that they're doing. It's funny. How many times have we heard somebody say, man, my son is lazy. He just does nothing but play video games. Or a wife call into some radio show and say, my husband won't work. They don't make any money. They don't do anything. How often do we hear that? And then we have comments like this. We have situations like this. Where on the other end of the spectrum, you have a person that says, I want to work. I don't just want to work. I want to work hard. I'm going to work on a ranch as a farmhand, and then I'm going to work in digital media. I'm going to work a digital job, and I'm going to work hard, and I'm going to make it happen. How often do you hear people complaining about others doing that? Well, get used to it. It's going to happen more often. And just understand, in these United States, things are changing. They're changing for the better. It's going to be scary. It's going to take a while, and it's not going to be easy. But just to understand, the change is happening. It has already started. And in the end, we will be stronger for it.